Hello, I'm Tammy Leischer, and I thought I would take a few minutes today to reintroduce myself to many of you who have been newly following me over the past, I would say probably at least a year. I have a lot of new people that are following me. So, I'm Tammy Leischer. I live in Grand Blanc, Michigan. I have a small studio that I see predominantly one-on-one clients, maybe sometimes two-on-one, but I also have small group classes. And I try to keep all of it small because I really like to work with clients more on an individual basis. So that's what I do in the studio. And part of that work that I do in the studio is I work with clients who have been impacted by trauma, which also impacts their nervous system. So working with individuals that are in need of releasing trauma through movement is something that I specialize in. And that could be a multitude of, it could be breath work, it could be body work, it could be even a combination of yoga and Pilates. So I feel it's working with the clients individually based on their own individual needs. I also have created Trauma-Informed Movement, which is a program that teaches movement educators how to begin to incorporate an understanding of how the trauma impacts their clients' bodies. And if you've been following me for any time, I also post a lot about trauma and how it impacts our bodies. Each and every one of us have all been impacted by trauma on some level. And so I feel it's part of my why as to why I do this work, because I think that more people need to be trauma informed, whether you're working with clients in a Pilates studio or you're working in an educational field. It's really important to be trauma informed. I also teach for a local college, and I teach Pilates, and it's a 2-credit class. So I feel like all the work that I'm doing, both collectively in the studio and in the online space, and even the community space that I'm doing, it has an undertone of movement, and it's trauma based, but it's also nervous system based as well. So I also host a weekly podcast. It's called Embracing Change, Talking Through Trauma. And I would really like to invite you to watch it if you haven't, because I talk to people who've been impacted by trauma, but it's really very interesting because probably for the past, I've had the podcast since probably the fall of 2021 or 2020. Anyways, finding the space within on the podcast has given voices to people and how they've gone through trauma, but they've used movement to help them heal and find out resiliency on the other side of it. So it's not when I use the word embracing change, talking through trauma, it's not just talk though, it's movement, and it's combining movement with your body and letting go. And it looks different for everybody. So it's not just one particular person. So I would really like to invite you to check out any of those, like any of my modalities. I also have a YouTube channel, and a lot of the podcasts are actually uploaded onto my YouTube channel as well. So the YouTube channel is Studio T Pilates 157. So I hope you take a look. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate but to reach out to me. So have a great day.